How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us again for another episode of FORCA BARCA podcast. Today we'll be reacting to the game, to the match versus Rayo Vallecano, and it just ended. We are basically talking minutes after the disaster ended. So let's jump right into it. How do you feel about the game? Well, let's start with our usual. We'll get to the lineups, and we can talk about how uh,
Let's
how
let's
wrong
get
the lineup was for this game. But yeah,
let's get quickly over the lineup. Ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba, Eric Garcia, Araujo, and Dest on the back. Then we had in the midfield Frankie de Jong, Busquets, and Gavi. Up front we had Ferran Torres and Aubameyang and Dembele. So that's the lineup. Let's get right into it. This is a historic feat. Three times in a row against par teams, all of them. Frankfurt, Cadiz, now Rayo Vallecano. There's a need for explanations. There's a need for repercussions, and I get tired saying this over and over again. To me, the lineup, you can start like that if you saw anything remotely close to success or progress. But what Xavi is doing right now is the same as Koeman. He's clueless. It's my opinion. I know that you are opposed to that opinion, but
yeah,
for me,
I think to throw in the blame at Xavi for this one or for the last few games is reactionary. It's not really. It's like if you watch the games, we are misplacing passes. Xavi can do nothing about that. If everybody's misplacing passes, if the key players that we rely on to distribute the ball are misplacing passes, there's nothing Xavi can do about that. You can press, you get the ball back, do all that great stuff. You get the ball and you lose it. There's nothing Xavi can do about that. We can talk about
okay.
how. Go ahead. Finish.
Let me
Finish your point.
finish my thought. My point is, you have like we played like shit against Frankfurt.
Yep.
We played like shit against Cadiz. We played like shit today.
Mm-hmm.
The second half against Real Sociedad, absolute shambolic. So you have like 4 games. There need to be changes, and those changes. I mean, if you start like that, go ahead, start like that. But after 20 minutes, I'm going to go crazy over this. After 20 minutes, you could see that Frankie de Jong was absolute useless today. Useless. He was useless against Cadiz. He was useless against Frankfurt. He was useless against Real Sociedad. What the fuck are we doing here? Coaching? Are you a coach? Are you a manager? Or what the fuck are you doing on the sideline? You need to see that. You need to see and listen, boy. You don't get your shit together, you are going on the bench. I don't care. He threw in Nico. Nico did like in 5 minutes more than he did. 5 minutes he did more than his freaking 80 minutes or whatever. I don't care, and I don't care. And I always say, what is the point of losing the game and not risking anything? If you are not risking anything, if you watch the game go, the only change he made at halftime was bringing in freaking Longley, who, by the way, played way better than Eric Garcia.
Yep.
Way better than Eric Garcia. And it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, at all. I don't understand it. What's the reason of being a coach if you don't take the risk? You need to take these risks. This is the only way you're going to make an impact. This is the only way that people go, okay, we lost this game, but at least our coach tried. He tried, but he's not trying. He's not trying. This we went from Xavi ball to straight Koeman ball. It's the same old because what was Koeman's shtick? It was bringing the same freaking guys over and over again, win, draw, or lose. He didn't care. He didn't care. The only thing that differs is that Xavi's more enthusiastic on the sidelines, and this is the only thing that I saw in this last 4 games. This is the only thing, because if we are talking about coaching skills, there is none. There's none.
I mean, you can't really say that, especially on the run that we had, where we dominated everybody that we played. But what I can tell you is, which is you are correct on, we're using the same players over and over again for the last 4 games. And it wasn't working. It didn't work in Frankfurt after Pedro got out. It did not work after in Real Sociedad. It did not work with Cadiz. It did not work today. And he's using the same fucking people over and over again, especially in the midfield and up front. If it's not working, do not fucking try it again. And this what bothers me too. That's I have a problem today with the lineup. The whole fucking lineup does not have been like that. Why would you put the same fucking 3 in the same midfield that you played in 3 days ago? Why? You can tell how fucking exhausted they were on Thursday when they played. You can tell in the second half how everybody just basically jogging instead of running the whole fucking second half. And you play the same people again, bar Desk, because Desk I think came in off the bench. But pretty much same people, and he got him out in the first half anyway. But same people again in this half. When you can see how everybody's just fucking exhausted. Nobody's running. Everybody's misplacing passes. The long passes, probably 2 or 3% of them that actually got to the other side. It's just amazing to see how he didn't fucking see it. Like everybody else, I'm sure everybody else that fucking watched the game saw how exhausted they are. Why would you play the same people again? And you can tell once Memphis got in, once the Nico got in, you can see how we play better, how we changed, the dynamics changed, how everybody, people that were up front pressing and actually trying to put passes together by the end of the game. Too late. And every time we got the ball to Alba, got the ball to Busquets, we fucking lost it again. If you notice in the last 11 minutes that they gave us, every time fucking Alba or Busquets had the ball to try to pass it to the other side, to long ball, or even fucking short passes, were really, really, really rough. Every time. It's frustrating to watch. It's fucking frustrating to watch. I get we don't have a really good bench. I get we don't have the Madrid bench or Atletico's bench. But you have to fucking rotate. Not all of them, sure. You have fucking Memphis. When he came in, you saw how fucking brilliant he was, right? You saw how he tried his best to get to the ball to the other side, bullying defenders, trying to pass people, and actually get to this other side and pass the ball to the other side. That wasn't happening when Ferran was there. The whole time he was there, that wasn't happening at all. He was exhausted. Every time he got the ball, he just passed it. He didn't fucking even try to pass anybody, trying to dribble anybody. Like this is on him. This one is on him, 100% on him, on Xavi. I mean, by that I mean, like it's unbelievable. We could have fucking won this and been three points ahead of Sevilla and comfortably be in the fourth, in the top 4, comfortably. We'll be fucking 6 points or 9 points ahead of the 5th place. We'll be fine. At least we'll play the rest comfortably instead of having to rush and score every time and win every time. But no, let's fucking make it hard on ourselves and play the same people and lose the fucking game. It's just frustrating. So frustrating. At home, 2nd in a row, 3rd in a row if you include fucking Frankfurt. I don't know, man. This is just I was frustrated the whole fucking game. The whole game I was frustrated.
Honestly, I'm at loss for words. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Nothing makes sense. How are you going to concede 3 against Frankfurt? How the hell are you going to lose against Cadiz? How the hell are you going to lose against Rayo Vallecano a 2nd time this season?
They haven't won since December. Rayo haven't won since December.
Humiliation is a constant with
I
this
don't think the
club.
players will recover from this. I really don't. I think the mentality is shit for the rest of the season now.
It's not. It's not even about the season. I mean, this season
I know. I mean, dude,
is
we only 6 points. We should lose 2 more, and we're back to the fifth. Especially if Real Sociedad win, but still, there's a possibility we
not
won't
about
fucking
Real
make it.
Sociedad. It's about
Betis, I mean,
Betis
sorry,
is,
we're Betis. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, we lose 2 and they win 2. We're back again to the fucking fifth. Back, like that's what I don't understand.
so.
His,
Rightfully so. And the thing is that um, it's going to happen.
we are going to
I'm
lose at least
fairly
one more, 100%.
not even one more. We are going to play against Celta de Vigo. We are going to play against
Villarreal.
Betis. We are going to play against Villarreal at I think that's
The
the
last
last
game.
fixture.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of great teams that are going to bully us and put us in our rightfully spot. Um, it is what it is. I mean, after that, we can comfortably say that I don't care about those. I mean, it's good if you win against Real Madrid always. Always good. If you win in such a manner, it's a joy. But I'd rather lose against Real Madrid and win the
And win the
league
rest
or
of the.
win a
Yeah.
title or
Well, let's
even
secure the
and
second.
qualify for
Like if
for
they give
the
me a choice, lose against Madrid and secure the second, happily fucking win. They can win that game and just fucking let us secure the second, 100% securing
yeah.
the second.
And this is the if you are a coach and you cannot for whatever reason motivate your players to be professional and have that winning mentality, you are not the right one.
Well, that's it. They had it
Sorry.
though, but they had it. That's the thing.
But that's I think that's deceiving because we look at whatever there was because was a spark after those. I mean, when Xavi took over, we need to give him time.
I mean, we
It's fair.
struggled. I mean, he still needs
Yeah,
time. That's the
it's
thing.
fair.
We still pretty much have the
No,
same fucking players we had in the beginning, bar 3 players. He still needs
okay,
a proper preseason with the players, and then they can judge next season. For this one,
okay,
I don't think it's
okay.
fair to
But,
judge
but,
the whole
but,
thing.
but no, it's not about. But come on, listen, brother. This isn't. We are all due respect, not a club that has time. It's not. This is Barcelona. You don't get the time.
You have to for this one, man. You just have to.
Nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
no, yes, you
Because
do, man. Yes, you do. We don't. There's no players. We don't have no world class players. You
and we
can't.
won't have players next
Right,
season.
right,
Who's we won't have players.
right.
You need to look if someone like Guardiola or someone like we are talking about dimensions when the club was healthy and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
if you are not up to the task and you are not able to create something out of the limited resources that you have, then you are not the right coach.
yeah.
It is what it is,
But
brother. It is what
you
it is.
always
We
can
are not
say.
going to.
You always can see there's only so much you can do with the squad, and that's 100% accurate. You can say, "Oh, we have ambitions. We're gonna do this and do that," but you have to look at
Let me
your
get back
reality.
to my point. Let me get back to
Okay,
my
okay,
point.
good,
What
good
I
to.
was trying to say is that when he came in and took over,
Mhm.
we're in a shambolic, miserably state,
Mhm.
and we under Xavi we lost some and drew some horrible games against Benfica and against against Bayern Munich. Those were awful games. But we said to ourselves, okay, he needs the time. He needs to clean up that mess that Koeman left him.
Yeah, you didn't
Okay,
really give him time
fair
though.
enough.
Even then, you're like, we don't have time. Remember that? Remember that?
No, I said he's not the right one for that.
You said, I said give him time. He said no, we don't need time. I remember you saying that.
But I did, because I don't think he was the right one for that job, for that difficult time. You know.
Who do you think would be the perfect for the?
Yeah, someone who brings something fresh. But let me get to my point.
Okay.
My point is that after the winter transfer window, we had a better bench, and a lot better bench, and we had a lot of players at our disposal that weren't available, like even Alves and Adama Traore and Aubameyang, and they brought in that freshness. And then we had like 3 good months because they brought in something new, something fresh, something that was needed.
Okay.
There was and after that shit died down, we are back to the same patterns. And you can see that always, that there are like 3 to 4 players that absolutely have no deal playing professional football. And I'm telling you that because with that mentality and I mean, how the fuck do you get tired? I'm going to repeat that over and over again. There is no reason for anybody of these guys to be tired. There is literally no.
I disagree with that, but I'll tell you why.
I'll be tired.
Go ahead.
I'm going to cut one personal slack. I'm going to cut, and it's Ferran Torres. It's the only one that I'm going to say, I understand that. I understand why he's tired and overplayed and overused, because Ferran Torres, since he was there, he played basically every game and started every game. Ferran Torres absolutely, and if Pedri was fit and would play, I would cut him some slack too. But come on, freaking Frankie De Jong, freaking Eric Garcia. You're fucking kidding me? How are these guys tired? How on earth
I can explain a little bit about that, but go ahead. I'll let you finish your point, and then I'll talk about it.
Oh, go ahead, please explain.
Well, here's the thing. If you watch how we play now, how we played, especially in the 3 months that we played really well, versus the time that with Koeman and the first few weeks with Xavi, and Xavi talked about this too. The way the team was set up to press back then was not effective, was trash, was not very good at all. And in the conferences with Xavi talked about it. He talked about how the training, how the setup, how players were set up to train, how the players were set up tactically to press was not very good. And that's the reason why we were overrun a lot. And then the last few, in the first few games with Xavi, he tried to implement where they press hard from the beginning of the game. By the 70th minutes, everybody was fucking exhausted, and a lot of the time were either tied or lost in those moments. If you remember those, because everybody was exhausted, right? Within those fucking 3 months, I don't know. Maybe it was the break that they had in December, coming back in January. Maybe they changed how they started training, but the team changed drastically as far as pressing. Everybody was pressing. Everybody was running for 90 minutes, and you can see that in a lot of our games that we played versus Madrid, versus Atletico, versus Bilbao. All those games we played really well. We dominated 4-0, 4-1, 5-0. All those games, everybody was pressing for 90 minutes. Everybody that walked in, fucking pressed, run nonstop. Now, if you're not used to those kind of tactics, if you're not used to those kind of trainings, all of a sudden within a couple 2-3 months, you are doing those trainings and pressing every time and fucking running the whole time, and you're not used to it, your body will fucking get exhausted. Doesn't matter if you have only one game versus. And to be fair, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, we played fucking ton of games, but again. A lot of people played the same game, so we can't really say, "Oh, we're the only people that played the games."
Some of them played even more,
right? But the way we play are different. Different. Say, let me finish my point. Different than the way Madrid plays. Madrid stays back, especially when they play against a stronger team, and then fucking counterattack. The counterattack. We don't do that. We haven't been doing that. Any game we play, we're pressing nonstop for 90 minutes. Pressing nonstop for 90 minutes. And Javi, the last time, in the last interview, he talked about that too. He's like, my players are exhausted, especially the defenders. Everybody's exhausted. Now I get it. When he explained it that way, and I remember him talking about the pressing before, and seeing how we played for the last 3 or 4 months, how we fucking pressed every time we didn't have the ball. I understand. But when your players are fucking exhausted, rotate. Fucking rotate. You have players that haven't played for 90 minutes the whole time. You have players like Memphis didn't play for 90 minutes every game. He was injured for a lot of it. You have Adam on the other side has not played 90 minutes every game. Play him. You have Luke de Jong. Play him. I know you like to put him in the last 10, 15 minutes, hoping he brings something out of his ass and score a goal. But no, play him. Especially for a game like this. This is an extra game that we have. We're already in second place. You bring your B team. You're not playing against Bayern Munich. You're playing against Rayo Vallecano. It's not a fucking. You lose it. Oh, it's okay. We put our B team anyway to rest the other players. At least you have that, right? But no, so I get the players are tired. I get it, but the way it was handled is not right, and that's when you see that somebody's is experienced versus not experienced. And again, we don't know what's behind the scenes, so we just speculating from what we see with our eyes. We don't know what they're doing in training, so maybe people that we want to go in are not performing well in training, so we don't know that. But if everything looks, every time Memphis comes in. Granted, the last time he played as a starter, he didn't play really well, but he was playing a fucking 9, and Ferran was playing on the side. Memphis shit as a number 9, and we already know that. So putting him there and expect him to perform is nonsense. Today he played in the wing. You saw how fucking good he can be. But if they are tired, you have other options, especially up front now. Now I get the defenders, and the midfielders. We have limited options. You can say we brought people in the winter. That's great. We have offensive players up front. We brought three players, and Alves, who's 38 years old. He's not going to play every game. But you have 3 players up front, and you can see how the difference they made. But in the defense and midfield, we do not have depth at all. We have Nico when somebody gets injured. So Pedri goes out, we're fucked. We're going to play the same people every time, which means they're going to get exhausted, which means how the ball is going to go forward is they're going to take a hit. It's going to be slow, misplaced passes, and it's showing for the last 2 games. So that's my 2 pieces. Like I understand what the tiredness, but it's not an excuse.
I cannot let it fly, man. To me, this is just a bunch of, especially coming from Xavi, this is a bunch of excuses. To me, this is sorry, but really. This is a bunch of excuses. If you see freaking, you have like really not good. I'm talking not even historically, clubs that are not not even known for pressing up high. They are not doing that shit against any other team. They know they can do that shit against us. And you saw Rayo Vallecano doing it today, pressing us high. They had the balls to do that. Let me finish. Mm-hmm. They had the balls to do that in the Camp Nou. Yep. They had the balls as Rayo Vallecano, with their limited resources, with their limited players, and with being at the 14th spot and maybe getting relegated or whatever else, and they had the balls to do that, and they know we wouldn't punish them. And you will tell me that freaking FC Barcelona, and you can tell me whatever you like about that bench, that it is not up par to Liverpool, it's not up par to Manchester City, it's not up par to Real Madrid. Fair enough. You cannot tell me that it's not up on par with Cadiz or Frankfurt or Rayo Vallecano. Are you freaking kidding me? This is what are we doing here? If we are going to make excuses about this, I mean, you can see the players that really understood what it's about, and it's just a handful. It's really just a handful.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Before this game, before this game,
Mhm.
I would have had something positive to say about Ter Stegen
That's all on
because
him. That goal was all on him.
because it against Real Sociedad he was absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
But this game, he was absolutely shit once again.
Yeah.
Absolutely shit. If he absolutely misjudged the cross, he was way out of his goal. If he was in goal, nothing would have happened. Nothing would have happened if
Yeah, yeah.
he
The
wasn't too
side
far
is
from his
his.
goal.
That side was his to
Not
cover.
only that, he was way too far
To the
ahead.
right. Yeah. It's that
And
one is on him, 100%.
and he didn't even have a good game. I mean,
No, he
it
didn't.
wasn't like
Yeah.
they had a lot of chances, but the few chances that they had, he
Were
was
dangerous.
absolutely shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. With
And
the only player that I get, what two
was
players?
the only
Two players.
one.
Araujo. Every time he fucking runs in and Gavi.
Araujo,
And Gavi, yeah.
Gavi. In
That's
these
it.
games, Araujo and Gavi.
That's it.
And if we take the closer circle this season, I have to say
PK.
Ousmane Dembele had a lot of heart.
Man, he can have all the heart he wants, man. He's still. I really don't think we should keep him. To be honest, like seeing when we need somebody who's he's just not.
Leave,
he's not.
No matter what. He will
I'm okay with that. I'm not. I'm really too upset about
it. He showed some heart. Not today, but this season. I'm talking just about
the whole season. Yeah.
Pedri, Ousmane Dembele, for me, Araujo for me,
Gavi
for me,
Piqué
sometimes.
When he played well, man. He gave it his fucking all. Remember this, just Sociedad, man. He was fucking injured.
I don't like. I start to despise the stuff that he does outside the field. And
I don't care about that. He's a businessman. I don't give a fuck about that.
You bring turmoil into the club. See how they fucking. Didn't you watch the game against Sociedad? They whistled. Every time he's got, why the fuck do you need that stuff? Why? If you're,
I'll tell you why.
Money. You tell me. If you, this is the same thing. To me, he's a politician.
He is.
Only politicians do that stuff. You get fucking tax money. You get fucking tax money.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying I don't really care about that. We shouldn't care anyway.
Get paid, and I'm doing this analogy because he's the same as a politician. You get millions by playing football. Why the fuck do you need fucking millions and being?
Man, he's already rich. He was already rich to begin with. His parents are well off, so he came from a rich family. So money, and I saw the quotes from his live he did.
And I don't know what the fuck are we doing? Why put the club again in jeopardy? Having always when we are going to play him in the starting lineup and having we already have the crowd against us.
I mean, to be honest, he's always like that though. He's always been some controversy about him since he started playing with us.
He needs to be fucking.
But on the field, man, I don't care about that shit. That shit is his business. I don't give a fuck. But like on the field, man, he gives it his all especially this season. He fucking gives it his all.
That's fair enough. If he's one of those for you, for me, he's not. I told you, Ousmane Dembele, Gavi, Pedri, and Araujo. Those are the guys that.
So you took Piqué out because of the controversy outside the field, not what he does.
No. I don't think he was. Piqué played under Koeman like shit. It is what it is.
Most people played under Koeman like shit. I mean, for this season anyway. Most
I don't know
bar 2 or 3 players.
Gavi, I don't know.
Yeah, bar 1 or 2 players. That's what I said.
Whatever the case may be, for me, those are that played. That play their hearts out. And in this game, it was only Gavi and Araujo.
Yeah.
The rest was absolutely. And Nico came in and brought some spice, and Adama Traore as well.
Yeah.
You can see that they are effective.
They're trying.
I mean,
yeah.
And, I mean, did you see the cross from Adama Traore
Yeah.
versus the cross from Ousmane Dembele?
Yeah, that's what.
In the last.
Man, Dembele frustrated the fuck out of me today. It's not. Some balls were so fucking easy to do. So fucking easy to do. Some shots, especially the one that I fucking just not escape. Just not. I don't understand. Fucking Busquets set it up for him. Just shoots it to the goal. Like those are the opportunities that are so fucking clear and cut. Just shoot it. Just shoot it in the goal. It'll go in somehow. Or a deflect is gonna go in. He fucking skies it. I don't understand how do you sky every fucking chance you get. I don't understand that. His finishing is just fucking terrible. Terrible. That's why
In the last few minutes, everybody was, especially those that shouldn't be nervous, were nervous.
Right.
Alba and Busquets and Dembele, all those experienced players were like shit. They played like shit. The first half, I'm sitting here and saying, King Busquets, one of the best on the pitch. In the second half, he was absolutely shit. Absolutely shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even you have like the 50th minute. You don't need to be nervous about anything.
You still have time.
If you have a capable coach, he will know 60th minutes. That's when I'm going to go all in. I don't care. I'm going to go all in. I'm not going to lose at home.
Well, he did the first sub. I think it was in the 60 something where he brought in Memphis and Nico.
But
and then,
it wasn't to me. That wasn't effective.
It did. It turned the tide a little bit in the midfield, so we controlled the midfield after that.
I would have liked to have two, like Luc de Jong and Aubameyang, because both of them are very good.
They don't work very well when they put them together. This didn't work. They did
yeah,
against
but this isn't.
Cardiff. It just did not freaking work. But like, and he brought in at 70th minute. So to be fair, he fucked up the actual lineup. Yes, but he tried in the second half early enough to give him enough time.
Way too late.
Well, 70th minute is not really. It's 20 minutes in. You have plenty of time to make a difference. But just you can put in fucking Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in that game, in this game today. Nothing would have fucking happened. The problem is everybody was fucking misplacing passes. Like the chances.
Don't underestimate those.
No, I'm just exaggerating. I'm exaggerating a little bit just to prove my point. But everybody, like, the ball was not even getting to the dangerous situation until after the 90th minutes. You know what I mean? Until like the 11th minute that they gave us. That's when you saw some of the chances.
But that's not something that you want to happen.
Exactly. I know.
Especially at home. What the fuck are we doing? You see how no disrespect. We are talking about women's football here. They played great football. Great freaking football. Playing triangles, having like overlapping and doing stuff that you saw like in the old days. Really, the DNA embodied, the Barcelona DNA embodied. Yeah. But we are losing games and we are playing like shit. We are not even playing good football.
Yeah.
Why the fuck should I pay to see this bullshit? It's not even about the results.
Yeah.
It's about
the way we play. Yeah, you know, I agree with that. And that's the thing. Maybe it's part of his mentality too. It's especially how it happened with Frankfurt when he come in and half of the fucking stadium is not yours, and your fucking home stadium. I mean, I'm sure there's some fucking psyche there too, like some problem mental that happened right after that. You start to doubt yourself, confidence.
You are right now the players, especially those that were in those humiliating defeats, are the ones that need to bring something to the table. The fans owe them nothing.
Right. They pay the money to fucking go see him. It's more of show us why we need to fucking come in and support you. Especially if I'm spending the money to come see you. Like, I'm not going to come see you so you can just be frustrated for 90 minutes every time I come watch you. You know what I mean? At least show heart and actually play. Show that you want to fucking win. You know what I mean? And that's something that here's the thing, we miss it for fucking 85 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes, everybody all of a sudden forgets and starts rushing. Remembers and then start rushing to try to get the ball, rush the press. It's fucking too late at that point. Like you already had 85 minutes to do it, and the last 5 minutes, now all of a sudden you're rushing to try to get the ball in. It's a complex. It's a problem that's been happening, especially for the last 4 games, where it's just we're after the game before we even get conceded. We're just fucking sitting there. We're not doing anything. We're not creating anything. We're not pressing anymore. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating, and I hope this week at least fucking try to figure out for Javi try to figure out what the fuck to do. Like, just change it up. Who we playing? We're playing again next week. Let me see. We're playing next week. Mallorca at home, right? Yep, at home. Play Nico. Play Memphis. Play Luke and play fucking Adam on the side. Play and play Ricky. Maybe fucking fuck it. Put Ricky in instead of De Jong. At least we have a creative player that can fucking pass ball up front and not lose it every time he gets it. It just I don't know, man. It just feels like everybody's tired and needs fucking just sit at the bench and let other players to play in. Give other players a chance. If they're not playing, I get it. We don't have fucking a world class depth, especially in the midfield. But if it's not working, it's not working. When you try to force it, this is what happens.
Going to be some very difficult, and especially next Real Madrid only needs a draw to win the league.
Yeah, we lost that shit months ago.
No, it's not about you don't understand. You don't understand. The problematic thing is that they are winning the league next week. They will not care about the next upcoming games, and they have a game against
that's true.
Atletico de Madrid, so they won't care. They can lose that game. Who gives a fuck?
That's true.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
So that's why we needed to keep the whole thing alive. I mean, you lost like 6 points that were must win points.
Yeah, but I don't think no Ancelotti. I don't think they're gonna rotate a lot going in for even after they win the game, especially if they get knocked out from City. I don't think they're gonna rotate a lot. They're gonna play with the same lineup every time. Dude does not fucking rotate at all. So I'm not even too worried about that. Even if they win the league, he's not gonna rotate. Especially his job is in the fucking line. And if he lost key games, even though he already has in the bag, he lost Atletico against Betis or whatever. It's still he's not gonna want to lose. So he's still gonna put players in to try to win it. So that
doubtful.
I think
that's doubtful
because he doesn't have a lot of depth. Who's gonna put in? The people that they have
having depth. It's about there is something that is called like having. I mean, if you are playing against Man City, then you have to play against Espanyol, and you play again against City. If whatever happens in the Champions League, it is what it is. But if you win the league against Espanyol, why the hell would you play against Atletico and risk somebody being injured if you possibly in a Champions League final? It's not going to happen, man. Are not going to risk their best players and play. You already won the league. You already are champion, so they won't care.
So we have.
It's the worst possible. It's the worst possible scenario that could have happened.
Yep.
For us, it's the worst scenario because right now we are definitely from those 3 clubs that are competing for the Champions League spots.
We're the worst. We're playing the worst.
We are playing.
And the wrong fucking time too. Like Jesus. Okay. All right. So let's try to wrap it up with. Well, we can talk about. We don't even fucking have to talk about the. I don't know if we want to talk about the Sociedad game because it's gonna frustrate me even more.
It's redundant. It's
Yeah, it doesn't
redundant
even make
because.
sense. So our man of the match is all pretty much Gavi for our team. That dude is 17, man. That's
It's
fucking
not.
crazy.
There was no man of the match.
No, like the person. By that I mean the person who fucking tried their best and was, you know what I mean, was successful at what he tried to do anyway. Dude does not fucking stop running. It's unbelievable. He's only 17. Hopefully he doesn't get overrun like Pedro. And if he gets injured, like next week or something, we're pretty much fucked. We're not gonna have anybody there to actually that plays his role. And it could happen. The dude is 17 and playing 90 minutes every fucking game now. Unbelievable, man.
And the only bright side of this is that Atletico and Sevilla are going to play against each other, so they are going to take points, and that we, if we have the same points as them, we are always going to be above them, even if they have the same points. So that's the only bright side, that we've won our games comfortably against them.
Right. Where's Sevilla? Look, I'm looking at Sevilla. Sevilla has Villarreal too, so that same time we have Betis. So that week I think is going to be very fucking stressful for us. So in 2 weeks we'll have Betis at their field, and Atletico's playing Real Madrid and Wanda and their field, and Villarreal and Sevilla playing in Villarreal. So
I think we will see where this whole thing is going.
That's where it's gonna be. Yep, that's whatever happens there.
Not even the next week is crucial, because we need to win against Mallorca. There's nothing. If they don't score in like the first 10 minutes,
we're fucked.
And I'm not we are fucked. They need to score in the first 10 minutes. There is no way they are going to play the same football. If they are doing that, Xavi needs to pack his bags and go back to where he came from. Go back to fucking Qatar. I don't care. No, man,
you say ship the players, man. I really don't think Xavi's. If you're blaming everything on Xavi right now, it's just not fair.
No,
you're reactionary. It is not really based on facts.
He needs to. No, I don't understand anyway how you need to get motivated to play for Barcelona, but if he cannot motivate them and he's risking
if he cannot motivate them, it's his fault.
Do you understand that this happens? It happened in the 90s that we've lost.
Oh, I know.
The freaking 90s. We are talking about the 90s. So
I know. And it was last time we were in the 9th place and we're fucked in the first. And that's the thing. This season you can't really compare it to any other seasons. This season we're especially in the beginning we're like if we played really well in the first half of the season, we'd still be comfortable in the second half right now. In the second, if not competing for the league, because we lost 2 games now, but if we actually played really well, or play at least as good as we played in the beginning of the year. Like in the 2022, we played in September. We would be in in a better place. If Xavi was in the beginning, even with this squad, it would have been a better place than we are right now. I know it's hypotheticals, and you can say, "Oh, well, maybe not." But like, what I'm saying is, right now, it's not. You just forget about it. Just get to the fucking second place if we can. If not, get us to the top 4. That's all we fucking ask for. And then in the summer, we would get rid of players, bring people in, and you have time to actually work with the players that you want to have in the squad, not ones that you just came in and you have to fucking work miracles with them. Then if the transition didn't happen, if the players are not responding, if you're still playing like shit, if they're not responding to what you're saying, that's a whole different story. But to say now, if we don't make it,
there is no
it's
possibility.
just not.
How are
It's not
you? We are
fair.
not going to, but we are not going to have like 10 new guys coming in. It's not
No,
going
not
to happen.
10. Not
So
10. Not 10.
not even 5. So what are we
Well, we
talking
bring in
about here?
two already, according to Laporta, already signed in. Whoever they are, but I think most likely
And we
Kissier
know
and
who
Christensen.
they are.
Right, right,
Christensen and Kinsey.
right. But
So
we have Roberto's is Sergio Roberto is his contract is expiring. Coutinho most likely is not going to be here because they have an option to buy, and Tottenham wants him too, so it's most likely gone. Who else do we loan out? Pjanic is not going to be coming back. I'm 100% sure. So who's left that we loaned out? That's it, right? Okay, so we have Roberto and Coutinho now off the books. That's what matters. They're off the books, so we can bring people in, hopefully. And then who can we get rid of? Umtiti and Longley have to fucking go. At least Umtiti has to fucking go. So that's he's got to fucking go. Who else we have? Braithwaite, I think, is gonna be gone. I don't think he's staying. We have some fat to trim. We have some players that it can easily go somewhere else. Granted, not for a lot of money, but they can go somewhere else. And that's the thing. We just need people to be off the books so we can bring other people in. And there's a market for us. There's a place for us to do really good deals if we can. Especially we have Alemani now, and who dude is fucking brilliant. So who knows what the fuck we can do. But we'll see. It's just a matter of we're just speculating now, but we'll see once the market opens what the plan is.
what's the point in bringing in players that are maybe free or whatever the case may be, just to have new players? It's
What?
absolutely useless.
Well, who said we're gonna bring only free players?
You think we can afford to buy players?
We
for
will.
50,
There's two
60
deals
million?
in the the CVC deal is getting reworked for Barca's favor, like for not the same deal that the other teams had, and there is Barca Studios is getting sold for like for like half of it is getting sold, it's 50% or something that's getting sold, so we're gonna have some money to spend in the summer. So not a lot, not like 200 million or whatever, but like we have some money to spend to bring people in. So we'll see what happens. It's like I'm not worried about buying the people. It's just more of the wages and how much we'll pay for them, and that's the thing that will be tricky to get people off the wages because of the rules that La Liga has. That's the obstacle. As far as paying for them, it's not going to be a problem. I'm not saying like astronomical like Haaland or that's not going to happen. But like the ones that we can go for that are affordable, we should definitely go for, and that's something that that they'll figure that shit out. But that's a summer thing. Once we get close,
Doubtful, very very doubtful that we are going to. The thing that is mostly needed is not even. We are talking about people up front, but that's not really the problem.
No, we're talking about bringing
like
a left back and a right back
goals,
and a
we
midfielder.
need those. But what about those guys? What about La Masia? What about bringing in some people from there?
There is some people. Pablo Torre, I think his name is. They bought him a few weeks ago from Santander. He's kind of like same style as Gavi. He's a attacking midfielder. To have
We don't need
depth.
attacking
We need
midfielders.
depth, bro. We don't have depth. We need somebody who can see. Pedro's hurt. We don't have a fucking somebody who actually can control our midfield. We're fucked. So we need that. We're not necessarily somebody who can start, but somebody who can come in from the bench and make a difference. So we have those on lock as far as that goes. But as far as the defenders, we have shit. We have a couple of them. I can't remember the names. But one of them is on loan. He's coming back in the summer. He's gonna try to. Xavi's going to. From the rumors that I heard, Xavi's gonna try to work with them in the preseason and see if he can keep them. So we have some prospects, but it's a matter of if they are ready to jump to the first team or not. That's all. That's what's gonna come down to.
Yeah, but
that's something that we'll be discussing over the summer for sure and extensively and following the news and everything else.
I got the feeling that Koeman way more bringing in players. I mean, it was frustration, but and having no other option. But he brought in way more young talent in.
Oh, he didn't have a choice,
and,
bro.
and he didn't have a choice.
He didn't have a choice.
But what about trying, at least trying one or two defensive players or a left back? Just trying. Just put him in.
The left back that we had, Balde, had to go back to Barca B. He's been playing in Barca B because Barca B is playing like shit, and they're going like they were. I don't know what their position is in right now, but they were losing nonstop, and he was injured. So instead of bringing him to first team, where he most likely get injured with how fast paced the actual La Liga is, they're bringing him back in Barca B to play, and then they're gonna bring him back again. But that's just, we don't have, that's always been a Barca weakness, where our La Masia does not produce a lot of defenders, does not produce a lot of left back, right back, and when they do, they go away, they get sold before before they actually make the jump. That's been always a problem, unfortunately.
All right, 9th place.
Yeah, they lost like 4 in a row or something before. I think they just won this last time. But like they've been losing. They've been playing really roughly. But it is what it is at this point. To just fucking get us to the fourth and we'll see what happens in the summer. All right, so yeah, I think we said what we need to say. I need to go fucking sleep. I need to go cook, and I have so many shit to do. But let's connect again. We'll try to do an episode for you guys in the middle of the week about Ronaldinho. We'll just talk about his stats, his influence, his impact that he had when he came on, some of the roller coaster years that he went through, where he was the best in the world for a couple of years, and then gradually declining with us anyway before he moved on. But we'll do that. If you guys like this, make sure you follow us on YouTube or Spotify or whatever platform you listen to or watch. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. The discussions all come from a place of passion. We all care about the club, and we hope that things get turned around and win the rest of the games. Do you have any other thoughts or anything to say?
Not really. I said what I had to say. I hope that there's some change coming one way or the other, because like I said, then he played like we had like 3 games that were absolutely catastrophic.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are talking about the Frankfurt game as well, then it's 4.
Yeah.
And now it's the time to react for him. And now he can either show balls. I'm talking about the coach.
Some cojones.
Or just another one of, in his legendary status, will never fade. But as a coach right now, he's not doing well.
I think the whole team is not doing well. So that the reflection of
that's
everybody.
Nothing new.
Nothing
new. I mean, the team wasn't doing well like for the last 5 years.
Right. So yeah.
But at least we've won some Copa del Rey titles.
That's true.
It is what it is. It's a freaking
true.
title. And
that's true.
He didn't even win this one.
You can't say that. Dude has been there for like 5 months. Oh, you didn't even win this one. But yeah, I get your point. But let's see. Hopefully this is the rough patch, and then we can move past it next game. But like I said, we'll release.
I'm glad when the season is over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tapped out. I'm done with the season. Yeah. So let's end it here, and we'll release another episode in the middle of the week about Ronaldinho, like I said, and then we'll connect again to react to the other game on Sunday. But so yes, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again here in a few. Thank you.